Here we go. A new day, a new year, a new me, a new rack on the back of the truck. It's 2001 Toyota Tacoma Limited V6, as you see there. 4-door with the super small bed. It is the Gen 1 Tacoma. It's also windy as shit today. Great day to start a YouTube channel on, or to revive one, I guess. But yeah, here we go. I see a shit in the driveway. There are the two bikes. You'll see more about them soon. So the nitty gritty, I copied the CBI Overland bed rack, and I made it much shorter. The CBI one comes up to about here, which puts your rooftop tent way taller than the cab, which I don't really like. I like when the rooftop tent is just like an inch or two above the cab at most, if not perfectly parallel, which is what this does. It wasn't raining yesterday when I was working on it. So yeah, the way it attaches to the bed is through these 5 holes on either side. The holes were there from the factory. I just drilled them out a little larger, and then, you know, matched up some right angle steel to that, cut and notched that to exactly where I wanted. Cut out the front of it just like that. The bed kind of curves in there, so that sort of allows the curve to happen, and it doesn't make this weird gap, and you can kind of get access to the little clip there. Once that was cut and mounted, then I moved on to this bar here, which was kind of a bigger pain in the ass than I realized. I wanted it to kind of be flush or close to it, or a little in from the body, and I realized when I was holding it up I didn't like it exactly flush, and instead I wanted it to run almost right in the middle of where the cab and the window is, which it looks pretty good actually. I haven't really looked at it like this in a while. So I'm happy with that. That took a legitimate trigonometry equation to figure out, because it comes out at an angle here, the length there, anyway, all of that to find out how long I needed this done, which the metal shop that bent the metal for me ended up shortening it anyway, so I swear it wasn't this rusty. It's only been allowed to rust for a few weeks now, and it's of course the few weeks we get rain and snow and here in Tahoe, but it is what it is. All the metal I sourced from the local metal shop here in town. These gussets I got from Rough Stuff Specialties down in like Sacramento pretty much, and then my buddy Ryan gave me this stuff, which he has a shitload of this, so he hooked it up, which was really nice because that came in super handy and was pretty much the exact size I needed for these crossbars, for these upright little dinghies, everything else. So yeah, once that went in, then to get these across, I wanted to make sure that this all bolted out and apart and could easily kind of come apart with one person. So I made these rails bolt on all of the crossbars here, which was a lot of extra work, but definitely worth it in the end. I made these little tabs underneath, which are welded to the bar itself. Those tabs fit inside here, under there, you can kind of see. 2 holes drilled down, pretty simple stuff there. Kind of rinse and repeat all the way around. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have a little bit of stuff left to do. Attach these guys, clean up all the rust, obviously. All right. So I like take rust off with this little 2-inch pneumatic angle, whatever the f they call these things, with the 2-inch size. Come on, little dealy. It's kind of like a Scotch-Brite pad with some sort of like ceramic bullshit in there. What's nice is it doesn't eat up the metal too much. Doesn't really eat it up at all. This is the coarse one. They have them in like fine, medium, coarse, whatever the f. I think they're made for polishing metal, but they work super well. Pardon. They work super well for rust removal. Quick little. Doing this one-handed is a bitch, that's for sure. There we go. That's that. Let me wipe that shit down. There's my rusty rag. Everything's rusting around here. Just like my life. So yeah, I've got some Rust-Oleum aerosol bed liner on the way. Black, of course, which I'm going to use for the whole thing, except for these 3 rails. The 3 rails will be getting just flat black paint. And the reason is for the rooftop tent, I put it on from the back and it slides over these really nicely, like skis almost. And I'm assuming the bed liner paint will just grip and not make it easy to slide the tent over. So I'm gonna go with flat black on those, bed liner paint on these, and eventually I will get the bed lined as well. Here's my Welder Hobart handler, handler 140. Nothing special here at all. Well, I don't know. I think it's pretty special, little Welder. Made in USA. They've got some Miller parts in there, like I guess the gun and the internal gears and shit are all Miller. But boy, as far as like plug into the wall welders that can also run on 220, this thing's badass. I plug it into the wall. I plug it into an extension cord that plugs into the wall, sadly. And it works just fine. I do run mixed gas, 75-25, which is really great. I've kind of fallen in love with that. Yeah, built a little off-road kind of cart for it because this is how I have to pull it out every time I want to use it. Just a pain in the dick. And sometimes I'll even pull it off the deck here and down into the abyss. Tahoe is basically like Planet Hoth from Star Wars. If any Star Wars fans are out there, I've been going on a Star Wars binge lately. It's been super fun. Anyway. Oh, speaking of Star Wars, this is originally inspired by on Tatooine the droid, the Ewoks, the whatever the f they're called. The little droid hoarding guys that wear the hoods. They have those. Well, I'll post a picture. But yeah, that's where I got the inspiration for this. Plugged in. Turn that fucking gate. Are you kidding me? I left it open. It's an angle finder, and it's gonna come in handy here. is what you can do is zero it out. So that's considered 0. And if you bring it over here, put it on that, give you the angle of that bar, which is supposed to be 70, but 69.34. Pretty fucking close to 70. And that'll come in handy when we attach, where the hell they go? These little guys. That's Pixie, by the way. What's up, girl? I'm going to attach these. I'm going to measure out some lines. You can sort of see them, but I had to wipe them down because of the water and the rust. So I'll redo those lines. Those will kind of get us the base set. That line there is going to tell us where to put it there. And then this little guy is going to confirm that we're in the ballpark. And we may have to like fidget a little bit. Looks like we're going to have to pull it out. It's probably not going to be exact, but you could also... oh, that's pretty fucking close, actually. Depending on where you need the angle to go, you can grind this down a little bit. You could kind of raise this side up a little bit, but you don't really have too much wiggle room. Damn, I'm pretty impressed, actually. It's pretty fucking close. Working in the rain sucks. I do live in California, but it is like Tahoe. We do get some weather here from time to time. Alright. So I believe I had this one at 1/2 inch. And the inside at 1/4. There we go. So that's gonna help. Where we can get the footing in between those two lines. And at least it's somewhat close, you know? Let's see here. Zero that bitch out. Check that rail, that's like 69 and some change. And this thing sits at about a little higher, maybe like 1/2 degree. That's not bad though. That's pretty fucking close actually. I wonder if you guys can see that. Let's see. 69.58. 69.2 or whatever. And I don't know, I think under a degree you're pretty solid. You don't even notice that, the human eye, usually. Alright, hopefully this is a good angle. I need to trim these down just a bit before welding them up. And it looks like it's also starting to snow a little bit. Somewhere between rain and snow. Flatter. That's good. Cool. Get these packed up and going.